You guys, once again, we find ourselves in the mess that is the James-Charles drama, because apparently the tea never runs out. And this time, it's got everything: criminal exes, suspicious DMs, vanish mode receipts, and a TikTok girl who just wants her Morphe palette refund in emotional damages. Yes, we are talking about the mess between James Charles, Kayla Malek, and Evan Johnson, and things just got even messier. So let's rewind a bit for context, because this situation is not your average breakup drama. It started when Kayla, a TikToker, publicly exposed her ex-boyfriend Evan Johnson for being downright awful to her. Not long after, Evan was arrested and later convicted. Enter James Charles. Suddenly, he's tangled up in the drama because Zach Sears, a former friend of Evan, claimed that James had not only been romantically involved with Evan, but also supported him even after the allegations came to light. Naturally, people were like, wait, James Charles with the criminal ex? And what made it even juicier was that James and Kayla were believed to be close friends. Or so everyone thought. That only fueled the scandal. I mean, who goes after their friend's abusive ex-boyfriend? But James quickly jumped in to say, nope, not besties with Kayla, more like acquaintances. And as for Evan, we were friends, nothing more. James addressed the whole thing in a TikTok video that he posted literally an hour after Evan's conviction went public. The timing? A little sus, not gonna lie, but James insisted that he had distanced himself from Evan as soon as he sensed something was off, and that he cut off all contact the moment the allegations came out. In fact, he even announced that he was taking legal action against people spreading false claims. He admitted to inviting Evan to stay with him in LA, but said it was purely out of sympathy because Evan was allegedly struggling mentally. According to James, he was manipulated, but here's where it gets shady. Kayla wasn't buying it. Like, at all. She went on TikTok and explained that James was DMing Evan while she and Evan were still together. She said James would slide into her DMs just to talk about how hot her boyfriend was.
They had been DMing in Hawaii in January while we were still together. James would only DM me to say how hot he was. Apparently, from what I was told, which I don't know how trustworthy my ex was, but told me that James had DM'd him the day that we broke up. So I don't know.
Girl, imagine going through a breakup and then finding out that a beauty influencer you once fangirled over is flirting with your ex. She even said Evan told her James reached out the day they broke up. Like, timing much? Now, maybe Evan was lying. Maybe he wasn't. But the whole thing was giving major this ain't adding up energy. And honestly, Kayla made a good point. She said she couldn't imagine flying someone out just because they were hot and not having any other intentions. Because let's be real, when was the last time someone paid for flights and hotel stays out of friendly vibes?
I don't know what the fuck they would have in common besides the fact that James thought he was hot. And then to fly him out, I don't know. I don't know if I could think a guy was really hot, fly him out, and just like want a friendship.
James didn't stay quiet for long. He responded to Kayla's videos with a lengthy Instagram story. He thanked her for not feeding into what he called Zach's lies, especially the part about them being best friends. But he also made it very clear, again, that there was never anything romantic between him and Evan. According to James, Evan was the one who initiated contact. He claimed he responded politely, then shut it down. And just to prove it, he posted screenshots of their DMS. But girl, the plot thickens. Because the DMs James posted were all from before Kayla and Evan broke up. We didn't get to see the post-breakup messages. We didn't get to see the actual invite to LA. We didn't get to see anything juicy. Just dry conversations about LA parties and some basic "hope you're good, bro" texts. And everyone online collectively said, that's it. Fans weren't buying it. One person said, James posting the pre-breakup messages and none of the post-breakup messages is a silent admission of guilt. Another added, this clears up literally nothing, girl. Even Kayla liked a comment that said James was hiding something, and honestly, it's the vanish mode for me. Why is it always vanish mode? If you've got nothing to hide, why are the receipts invisible? Kayla also made a TikTok calling out vanish mode, saying, hey Instagram, can we get rid of vanish mode? I'm about to go crazy. Same, girl, same.
Hey Instagram, can we get rid of vanish mode? Can we get rid of that? Can we just go in the little... Can we get rid of that? I'm gonna go crazy.
And if that wasn't shady enough, she posted another video talking about how she used to be a James Charles fan. Like, she had the Morphe palette, she had post notifications on, she was standing in line with her grandma waiting to meet him.
Also, I'm sitting here just scrolling on my For You page, and I'm just like, what the? Like, genuinely, I would kill to, like, go up to 12-year-old me right now, just go time travel to 12-year-old me with her Morphe palette in hand, post notifications on. Grandma waited in line for hours for this goddamn Morphe palette, and just, like, to see her reaction to all this shit.
Now she's here, watching her 12-year-old self crumble under the weight of cringe. People are also talking about why James is getting more backlash than Evan. And the answer is simple. Evan's already been held accountable. He's in jail. There's no ambiguity about whether he's guilty. But James waited too long to say anything. And when he finally did, his explanations were filled with holes. That's why people are still side-eyeing him. Now, some folks say, hey, James didn't commit any crimes. True. But he's being accused of protecting or getting too close to someone who did. That's where the outrage is coming from. It's not that James is worse than Evan, it's that people think he was trying to cover up something messy and pretend it was all innocent. And then he dropped these half-baked receipts, expecting everyone to suddenly trust him again. Also, can we talk about the fact that James said he'd offered to share the messages privately with Kayla? Like, if you were that confident in your innocence, why not just drop everything in one go instead of filtering what we see? You can't post the boring stuff and expect people to believe the exciting stuff didn't happen. At this point, Kayla is clearly over it. She's letting the likes and comments speak for her, and honestly, I would too. When your name gets dragged into something you never asked for, sometimes the best clapback is a TikTok with a little sarcasm and a lot of eyeliner. So, where does that leave us now? James wants the world to know that he did nothing wrong. Kayla's out here raising eyebrows and liking shady comments. And the public? We're all just trying to connect the dots in this awkward love triangle that never needed to exist. In the end, the real takeaway here is that James Charles needs to stop playing PR chess and start playing transparency checkers. If your name's in the headlines and people are asking questions, show up with full receipts, not selective screenshots. And maybe stop flying people out who just broke up with your acquaintance. Just a thought. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you believe James? Or do you think he's hiding something? Was Kayla too nice in her response? And what is it with influencers and vanish mode? Hit me up below, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more updates, because you already know this drama is far from over. Bye, guys.